president and founder, the Reverend Dr. Al Sharpton.
No justice. No peace. No justice. No peace. No justice. No peace. No justice. No peace. What do we want? Justice. What do we want? Justice. What do we want? Justice. When do we want it? Now. 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 Shake hands with the person next to you and tell them to love you. On August 28, 1963, A. Philip Randolph, a labor leader, had convened the civil rights leaders of that time and said that we need to march on Washington. Now, history would tell you that in 1957 they had a prayer pilgrimage to Washington. But in 63, because of labor unions kicking in and others getting involved, they were able to get 250,000 people. Harry Belafonte, who was close to those in the civil rights movement, got Oscar winners, and Marlon Brando and Sidney Poitier, all the stars came. And in the late afternoon, people had been at the rally all day and they were getting ready to head back to their buses. And they put Mahalia Jackson up. And she started singing one of them songs that warmed the hearts of generations to come. I was a young lady and man wrote a book on her, did Morning Joe and me this week. And I told them how Mahalia Jackson was like the theme song and the soundtrack for people like my mother that grew up in Jim Crow and needed somebody to help them just get through the day. And when they heard Mahalia's voice, they turned around, those that was headed back to the buses. And they turned around and went back because they wanted to hear Mahalia sing. And right behind Mahalia, they put up Dr. King. If Mahalia hadn't sung, Dr. King might have been speaking to less people. But somehow Dr. King thought about how, and a lot of us missed the context, how they came in the middle of Jim Crow to march. And he said that despite the fact that when I get back to Atlanta, I got to sit in the back of the bus, I still have a dream. Dreaming is not looking at reality. Dreaming is looking at what you want to make reality come. And that's why we mark August 28th, because the dreamers brought us from where we were to where we should be. And if you hold on, and you hold out, you'll change your in 63. We are facing a government in Washington that is trying to bring us back to the same conditions they were in 63. Well, right now you're being extreme. Well, they have taken out the gut of the Voting Rights Act. They have killed DEI, diversity, equity, and inclusion, which means you can no longer deal with taking down what is the diversity numbers in corporations and in colleges and all, which means they can segregate and not be worried about documenting them. They are changing many state laws on how you deport people. They deported over 160 Haitians this week. Sent them back to Haiti, a Haitian land where it is under gang control. And they flew them back. They couldn't even fly them into Port-au-Prince, the capital, because the airport there has been closed for months, if not years. But they sent them anyway, in dangerous way, while they bring white South Africans here at government expense, saying that there's genocide against whites in South Africa that nobody, no European, American, no journalist can find genocide. So here we are, the grandchildren of those that marched and dreamed in 63, getting ready to deal with this government this week. We loading up buses all over this country. People are coming that I've never heard from before to stand right where Dr. King and Mahalia stood. Because the dreamers are gone, but the dream lives on. And we are not going to let you take away our birthday. So anybody listening to me, anybody watching me today, this Friday, you need to be in Washington at Lincoln Memorial, because we need to keep the dream alive. We need to say to Trump, you can change the law, you can change the clock, but you can't turn back time. We're not going back. We're not going back. Our change has come. Give them a big hand. Give them a big hand. Say another Saturday morning for the Saturday Action Rally. And for you that are live here at the House of Justice at 6 Hancock Place, 124th and Morningside in the village of Harlem, in our own folks building. And for you that are listening live on WBLS 107.5 FM in New York, and you that are watching us all over the country on Impact Television and NationalActionNetwork.net and YouTube/NAN and AME Zion Network, we are happy to be with you to give our report for the week on where the action is. Give a hand to our presider, Sister Nancy Darlene Parker. And give a hand our inspirational word, Reverend Ken Broyle. Reverend Royal is president of the New York Progressive Baptist State Convention, and I'm a member of Progressive as a member of Bethany. But he did not give inspirational message. He preached this morning. I know that some of y'all laid back, highfalutin folk ain't used to that, but I almost came out here early. When he started pulling it, I said, wait a minute. They said, ain't time for you yet, Rev. I said, he's about to make me bust through this side door. Give him another hand. Thank the Lord. Thank our musical director, Minister Tyrone Richards. And our band, Raymond and Guy Jenkins, Chris Garland, and brother Chris Garland and brother Malcolm Steele. Malcolm Seal. Malcolm got on his shades this morning. He plays extra good when he wears shades. Let me say a few things I want to get to. All of us are getting ready for this March Friday. And if you're not wherever you're watching me across the country, you can call in or go online. Some cities still have buses. Many don't. But those that are, you can call us at 1-877-626-4651, or you can go online to www.nationalactionnetwork.net. But we have, and aside from people coming on their own, and I've had people call me that talk about they checking in the hotel Thursday, they'll be there. But aside from that, we have a couple hundred buses coming from everywhere. We got 10 buses coming from Texas. And it's gonna take them almost a day to get there and a day to go back, but they know the urgency of the time. And we're thankful Reverend Ralph West on our board. And our other board member who is the commissioner, that they have done an awesome job. Rodney Ellis, who was here, in organizing around the March on Washington. It's all about our field director, our staff, but no one has worked harder than our senior vice president, Ebony Riley, who has really dealt with the mechanics of it, aided by Reverend Davest Toon and Christina Rinaldi. He works right here at our headquarters. Christina's done an excellent job. It takes a lot dealing with these government agencies to even get the marches. So I wanted to give them a shout out. And of course, between Chris Riccardi and Reverend Toon helping Ebony, it really made us where we can be there. Now, I also want to remind you of, well, let me say this, tonight and tomorrow, make sure you watch Politics Nation. Over this weekend, I'm going to have the winner of the Michigan state primary of the United States Senate, Abdul El-Said, is coming on my show. And also Andrew Nixon, who just won the Senate nomination in Florida. And of course, I'm going to have on some of those that have dealt with this new wave of Democratic wins and losses. Keith Ellison, Attorney General in Minnesota, I'm going to talk to him. So watch both nights. Lady said to me, I don't know what night you say so-and-so's coming. I said, I didn't tell you that. I want you to watch both nights. And that's at 5 p.m. Eastern Time on MS Now. 5 p.m. Eastern Time on MS Now. I was telling Dominique and Ashley that it's providential. 28 is the March on Washington. 29 is the actual first 15th year that I have hosted Politics Nation on MSNBC and MS Now. When we leave Washington that afternoon and get back to New York, y'all get to rally, celebrate with me next Saturday morning is my anniversary on Politics Nation. Now, I want to put in perspective why this march is important. Because a lot of us don't understand what we're looking at. When they went to Washington in 1963, many of us do not understand that, as I said, we've got a couple hundred buses coming and more people than you can count flying in and driving in. In 1963, when they came to Washington, most of them came from the South. And they could not even stop at a restaurant till they got across the Mason-Dixon line. They couldn't get on Greyhound without having to ride the back of the bus. They couldn't live or stay in a motel on the road. So imagine you leaving Texas, you leaving Alabama, you leaving Tennessee, and you got the fried chicken and put on some white bread and hope it lasts you all the way to Washington and back. We did not have the Civil Rights Act until 64. So when they marched in 63, they were in the middle of American apartheid. Yet they came anyway. Like there are some now. Say, why they march? They, in 63, marched, and 64 got the Civil Rights Act. Same people that denounced them, I'm talking about black folks, about marching, were the first ones sitting up in the front of the bus and applying for the job that they would march for. Same one. So when people tell me, you know, my cousin say, why are we marching? Everybody's cousin would say that 63. But they march anyhow. You got to stand up against cynicism, even in your own community. What do marching do? Marching doesn't solve a problem. Marching exposes a problem. But if somebody don't expose the problem, then nobody's going to solve a problem that you haven't forced them to deal with. Do you think they're going to come and wake you up and drag you out of bed to give you your rights back? 63 back in the bus. 63 couldn't stay in the hotel. 63 segregation. 26. Here we are. 63 years later, with a president that openly says we are against diversity, equity, and inclusion, and suing people to make sure that they cannot even count whether they're hiring blacks. Count how they're hiring Latinos. Right now, taking out affirmative action. Right now, has a Supreme Court stacked that took out all of the Voting Rights Act. The question is whether the grandchildren of those that marched and came in segregated buses have enough remembrance and respect for them that they will confront what we're facing today. So we're not Martin Luther King III and Andre Waters King co-chairing this march with me and all of our top civil rights organizations, Urban League, NAACP, Black Women Civic, all of them are with us. And they all be speaking. I reached out and we've got everybody, rabbis, Rabbi Pez is going to be speaking. Islamic imams, many of our leading faith leaders, all our political leaders, Hakeem Jeffries, and a lot of the Black Caucus, Yvette Clarke, the chairman. But it also got AOC is coming, Congresswoman Ocasio-Cortez, Senator Bernie Sanders. Because whether you are progressive or not, we all got to stand up together and stop what's going on. Oh, no. This is roll call time. Where you got to get past your ego and your lane. That's why we call some everybody and say, come on and march. I talk Randy Weingarten and Labor's coming. Because we must make a statement. There's not been a civil rights led march. We marched no kings. We marched indivisible. I wouldn't march with them. Now it's time for us to lead a march with us on civil rights and voting rights issues. And I've had all week on my radio show some of the young actors that have been on, that are coming, that are part of what's going on. Because this is intergenerational. And it was in 63. Ava Randolph was in his 70s when he called that march. Dr. King was in his 30s. John Lewis spoke at the march, he was 23 years old. We didn't get into this whole generational thing until some folks told us to get into it. We don't need the old guard. When did we start that? Randolph called the march, he was in his 70s. When they had the Million Man March, Mr. Farrakhan was in his 60s. When do we let other folks tell us that we got to retire? How do you retire from freedom fighting until you free? And the arrogance of people got to be confronted by people with enough courage and enough vision that's going to stand up even when they know they're going to get castigated. You're not showing no strength, spiritual or physical, until you challenge. And sometimes, I hate to say it, Reverend, but sometimes, Reverend Royal, I think God let a Trump happen to wake us up. We would have never heard of Daniel if there wasn't a Nebuchadnezzar. We would never, thousands of years later, talk about Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego if it wasn't for Belshazzar. We've never heard about David if we didn't have a Goliath. Let history record that when Trump tried to roll back the clock, that we stood up unapologetic and tell what needed to be held. by people of faith. Because people of faith are not worried about the backlash. Because they got enough strength to go on anyhow. They sent me a letter yesterday. Remember, we gonna sue you if you don't apologize for standing up for Nolan well. Well, first of all, I don't know who sued who. Because I ain't called nobody's name and I only repeated what I was told. And I was confused by what I was told. But I welcome the suit. I'm waiting. Sue me. But then I can bring everybody in the court under oath and say, now this is what we were told. I want the truth. And you can come with all of the bogus suits you want. You can play to the crowd, but I'm going, in fact, there'll be so many of us staying up in Mississippi for that trial. Be careful what you ask for. But I ain't scared. I've been sued. I've been castigated. I've been prosecuted. There's something that you don't understand. I stand on the faith of my forefathers. Porter called me and said, well, they talking about they may sue you for defamation. I said, well, who do I have to defame? What the name? I don't know the name. We had a prayer this week on Nolan Wells' birthday. Viral prayer, almost 600 minutes. And they told me in the middle of the prayer, we had 4 of our ministers do the prayer. I presided. And in the middle of it, they said that the friends, the 3 friends that everybody questioned, were on the vigil line, on the Zoom. So I said, I understand they're on the Zoom. If y'all want to come forth, contact me. Whatever it is that y'all got to say. If you need a lawyer to say, I'll be a lawyer. How does that defame you now? So come on with it. I have not accused anybody of anything other than we don't know what happened. But you'll have the nervous yelling, oh no, they're going to sue them out. They're going to open up a can and I'm going to see if some worms is in there. But the arrogance of saying, and Reverend Roy, Reverend Marshall, y'all can understand it, that if people come to a civil rights group or a minister and say something happened to my child and I don't know what happened and this don't make sense to me, that we now can be sued for standing up for people that come to us as ministers, that's a threat to every priest. So a white minister called me last night from Tennessee and said, I'm not supposed to help parishioners, but Trump has set a national tone where everybody thinks they can do whatever they want to do. And that's why this march is important, because they need to see that some of us are not going to allow this kind of arrogance to go forward. What is critical and a highlight of the march is we got to protect the right to vote.
That's right. That's right.
Everything we talking about has to start with our vote, or it's going to come to our vote. I was talking to some people this week that, I went to school with. And one of them said to me, well, you was in the Operation Breadbasket under Reverend William F. Augustus Jones and Jesse Jackson. And, we were always a little more a little more aggressive than that. They used to call us militant. He said, we didn't believe in that. We believed in, one of my friends wanted to have a separate state, give us 5 states. Get away with separatists. And we believed, though, in self-defense. And y'all were marching to carry on. I said, yeah. But let me ask you something. He said, what? I said, forget our tactics. And forget our successes of y'all feel what y'all did. But if you were going to get 5 states, who's going to give it to you? I mean, wouldn't the Congress have to decide you're going to get 5 states? And if you didn't vote nobody in the Congress, then who going to give you that vote? And then when we get in those states, how are we going to decide who the president of those states are? So, I mean, what are you talking about? You want to defend us, but you want to defend us in ways that you can't make happen? All of us need the social justice edicts that everybody else have. In order to have that, we got to have the right to vote. People didn't die to give us the right to vote because it didn't mean anything.
That's right. That's right.
And if voting does not mean anything, then why did they spend all of this money and time to take it back from us?
Come on, that's right. Say
Notice now, all these my super duper militant friends, ain't nobody taking nothing from them. Ain't nobody shutting them down. Ain't nobody investigating them. Ain't nobody suing them. Because they don't care that you stand on the corner selling wolf tickets. Don't bother them at all. You standing up in front of buildings that you don't own. Talking about this is our land. It's not our land. They're gentrifying us right in front of your militant face. Because you're not voting to put people in that will protect our community from being taken back and our land from being taken back. If you're scared, say you're scared. If you're afraid of Trump, say you're scared. And sit down and shut up and let somebody not scared stand up and do what gotta be done. It took more courage for Dr. King to stand up in Alabama than it did for you to get on the ladder and holler and scream and holler. It took more courage for Jesse Jackson to run president in '84 when people were threatening his life just for the audacity to run than it did for you to talk about I ain't voting because we ain't gonna win nothing. It don't take courage to do nothing. But you become the recipients of those that had the courage.
Yeah.
You are receiving gifts you paid nothing for. And that is why we need to understand the historic context. One thing I give Trump, they understand their history. They stay right on what they're doing. Started with the Tea Party while Obama was in, and they went from there to birtherism, right into Trump. They never stopped. We stopped. We going to civil rights movement, we got a few elected officials now, we ain't got to vote, we relax. We don't need to march no more. No, they never stopped. And we can't ever stop. That's what Friday's about. And our men need to stand up. And our women need to stand up. I get to see our men's auxiliary with our red jackets on. They getting ready. They even got, I see them, they even got Tony in a red jacket. Good God Almighty. Tony got on a jacket that looked like it's pressed too. So I want our faith leaders and our labor leaders and everybody on this. We are in a time of backlash.
Yes, sir.
You are looking at a president that has us in war that no one can explain. No one knows why we in Iran. But we know that they can't get ships down, the vessels down the Strait of Hormuz, which has put gas prices up here. And his own voters are turning on him. Now is the time to look at what's going on. Everybody's suffering. And he walking around arguing about a ballroom. They got the Grand Prix in Washington today. But we're going to have the grand finale in Washington on Friday. If we don't get in each other's way, that's why all of this blacks against whites, against Jews, against Arabs. We need everybody that's like-minded to stand together. That's how they did it in the 60s. And we made progress. You know, there's a misnomer that I need to really address. I keep hearing people saying, look at where we are, we right back where we was. No, we right back where they took from us where we went. You can see the line from 63 to the progress made in the 70s. We started electing black men, put a black woman in Congress. Went all the way to a black governor in Virginia. When in the 80s we started making progress, then some of us come on the scene, start correcting the criminal justice system. They now have brought us back to where it was pre-63. But you're missing the whole history of where we made progress. They did not just come, they came and took back what was achieved. We had blacks on the boards of major corporations that were giving contracts to black businesses. We had black periodicals that was getting advertising that this organization made sure they had. At one time, we had Ebony, Jet, Sepia all at the same time. We had 4 or 5 black FM stations all at the same time. We had black television owned by blacks all at the same time. Don't say that we didn't make progress. You let them take the progress back because you got too comfortable. You start laying back and taking a vacation. Why you need a vacation if you're not doing no work? Where are you resting from? You don't need a rest from a rest. I talked to a friend of mine the other day. He up there, I won't call him praise because everybody will go up there. I said, how you doing, man? You know, I take the summer off for rest. I said, you took the winter and the fall off too. You just changing locations. So I really want you to understand, my message today is the history. And to understand, this is not about Martin III. This is not about Andre. This is not about the leaders that will speak. This is not about Al Sharpton. This is about we have to hold up the banner of history. Somewhere I used to say, we have to hold up the bloodstained banner. We used to say that we are soldiers in the army. We got to fight. Although we got to die. But we got to hold up. We didn't hold up no clean banner. We wasn't holding up no banner that was sanitized. We got to hold up the bloodstained banner. I'm going to march with the blood of Malcolm X. I'm going to hold up on the banner the blood of Dr. King. The blood of Goodman, Cheney, Swain. We're going to hold up the bloodstained banner. They died for this. They suffered for this. They have some people, even black preachers, well, I don't know why they're going to Washington to do this. Why not go to Washington? Everybody else go. Everybody else don't have to march. And we ain't interrupting whatever you're doing. You get frustrated when you hear some people that ought to be with you just bad mouth. But when I go through that, I think about where your strength comes from. And now, I come out of a broken home. My mama used to make me go read the Bible. Every night I was already a boy preacher. And what she would always instill in me, before you go to bed, make sure you say your prayers. And make sure after you say your prayers that you say the 23rd Psalm. That was my mother's thing. And the 23rd Psalms, David was given the credit for. They're not quite sure, but it was during David's reign. And as I go through it, I was thinking about it. As I was going through what the 23rd Psalms, the psalmist was writing. You think about the context in which he wrote. Because David went through several phases in life.
Yes, sir.
David started as a shepherd boy. That nobody thought he was nothing, had no rank, had no status. He was a shepherd boy. He wasn't even a big shot in his daddy's house. How do you know that, shopping? Because when God told the prophet Samuel to go to Jesse's house, one of his sons is going to be the new leader of Israel. And Samuel went with his oil to anoint the new king. And when he knocked on the door, and the man opened the door, he said, "I come to tell you one of your sons is going to be the new leader." And man said, "One of my sons?" And the Bible says he called out his oldest son. One was tall and strapping, had the appearance of a leader. But the Spirit told Samuel, not him. Another one was articulate, eloquent, could wax great oratory with his throat. But the prophet said, not him. They ran out of boys, Nancy Crawford. And almost apologetic, almost as an afterthought. Some of y'all been an afterthought. I come out of Brownsville, dropped out of college, nobody thought I'd be nothing. I was an afterthought. Everybody went to the other folks and stood with them, and I was the afterthought. As an afterthought, Samuel said, "Do you have any more sons?" He said, "Oh yeah, I got one more, but he's a shepherd boy. He's out there taking care of the sheep." And Samuel said, "We can't end this till we get him in." And they brought in David. Bible said hair tossed over his head, probably smelling like the sheep that day. But God said, "That's him." And they anointed David to be the new leader. Well, right now, how do you know they had the right one? Fast forward when they were fighting the Philistines. They had a giant on the Philistine side. They say he had the strength of 10 men, had his own weight ammunition. He would have his dagger carried by his ranger, his armor bearer, had to carry his sword. And he'd come down off the mountain and say, "Give me your best man. And if he can slay me, we'll be your slaves. But if we slay you, you'll be the slave." All of the men that had master's degrees in warfare were scared to go light. All of those saved and sanctified, filled with the Holy Ghost, were scared to go light. All of those that knew the ins and outs of homiletical theology were scared to go light. But the shepherd boy, the afterthought, the one nobody knew nothing, he stepped up and the job. Somebody interviewed him on his way out after he slayed Goliath. And they said, David, how did you win the fight? What gave you the nerve? What gave you the courage? He said, the Lord is my shepherd. I shall not want. He leadeth me. He maketh me to lie down on green pastures. He leadeth me beside still waters. He restores my soul. Yea, yea, yea. Though I walk through the valley and shadow of death, I fear no evil, for thou art with me. Thy rod and thy staff shall follow me. All the days of my life. I don't know when it's going to end for me. I don't know when God will call me home. But one thing I know is one day I'm going to dwell in the house of the Lord. My home is built on on the radio, watches us on television, but never became a member of the organization. If you're here today and not a member, it couldn't be a better Saturday to join than right before this historic march on Washington this Friday. If you're here and not a member, just come right down to me and let us sign you up right now. Just right now, right now, right now. Come on. Everybody singing. How many here today is going with us to Washington Friday? All right. And be on time. Don't be thinking the bus will wait for you. Make sure you're here on time. We got about 20, 30 buses just out of New York. And that didn't count all them flying and riding in and all. I was talking to our Vice Chairman of the board, Jennifer Jones Austin, about how important this day is, and she's been handling all kinds of stuff for us all week. But our board is excited about it. Reverend Dr. W. Franklin Richardson, our board chair, they've got several buses coming from Westchester, from Grace Baptist and other places. Everybody has leaned in. Our Brooklyn chapter, our Browns chapter, we got buses from everywhere. And I want to give the team here a lot of credit. They worked hard. Brother Christian, Goldie, all our team did it on everything. But now comes the hard work, the last 3 days. So I want everybody to energize and be ready, because that is, it don't mean nothing to get almost to home plate. You got to cross the home plate. And we're going to do that on Friday morning. I need to take our offering. You that made a $500 pledge to the building, you can also come at this time or pay on it or give it. But you that have $100 or more that you can give, 100 or more, I need about 10 100s. Come at this time. Come on. Guardians, $100. Anonymous, $100. Winston Gilchrist, $100. Louis Papa,